Okay, so I recently purchased the HASWING CAYMAN GPS unit. I got this one instead of the motor guide unit and instead of the Minn Kota unit, mainly because of price. It still has like anchor lock mode, and you can create a track on your phone that it'll follow. All the reviews that I've seen on it have been really positive, but I'm probably going to do a video on me installing it, and then I'll do another video on a full review on it. I'll make sure its spot lock's good, give a review on that, as well as a review on how that tracking feature works. But this video will be the install and any problems I kind of run into from that. Alright, so this is the initial unboxing here. Right here, looks like this is just a strap. I think it's the strap probably to anchor it down. So we'll set that aside. Otherwise, it looks like it's in just a couple pieces, but nothing crazy. It's a pretty heavy unit though. See, I'll kind of angle the camera so you guys can see. Yeah, it's all basically just one unit. It doesn't have the prop on it or anything. And then the propeller comes kind of in its own little spot, and all that is it looks like one bolt really that screws on there. But otherwise, that's about it. This is the remote. So we got remote, propeller, a couple different parts and pieces, as well as all the screws you need, some washers, the power heads up there, like I was saying. That's about it. So, now we have to get started, I guess. They make it pretty easy to get this all together, that's for sure. It's all pretty basic. Just like that. And it's literally two screws just holding it on there. Tighten them down. Okay, that's very good. They're literally showing this as a three-step process as far as mounting it. You kind of deploy the motor out, get it lined up on your boat, and then it's a matter of just drilling some holes, putting the bolts through. It comes with a bunch of these stainless bolts with spacers and washers on it, and then just making sure that you can deploy it down and stow it in a proper position without it hitting anything. So we're going to go ahead and try that out anyway. Okay, so it looks like we got our spot picked out here. It clears the boat really good, so we deployed it, clears the boat. The shaft doesn't ride on the front of the boat. I gave it a little extra space. I'll check it one more time before we actually drill. Otherwise, when we stow it, it's not hitting anything. It's close, but not hitting anything, so that's looking good as well. So I'll check it one more time here, and then we'll be able to start drilling some holes. Okay, so play it one more time here. Caitlin's gonna try and hold it in one spot. I'm just making sure the shaft clears by a good amount, and it does. This will clear the boat by far, so that's good. Okay, put my back up here. Back to my mounting spot, perfect. So now we'll just kind of mark it. Here. So we're gonna mark our holes. And I'm only able to get 4 in, but I think that's all right. It was saying that you only needed 4. So Just marking these holes real good. You got all 4 of those?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Okay, so now we'll remove this, drill some holes, and go from there. It's a pretty quick process, really. Okay, you good? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna redo that. What we ran into was just the wires that come out. They were coming out towards the outside of the boat instead of going inside the boat, which I didn't really like. It's more of a cosmetic thing. Would have ran just fine, but just cause we're gonna redo that. What we got going here is we got 4 holes that we're gonna drill real quick. Once we're done with that, we'll be able to put the motor on and kind of get the bolts in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start on that process, and hopefully it works out. We'll see though. What we could do is put the trolling motor on here with these 2 holes.
And drill the other 2.
At least get Okay, so we got our bolts in. It's all screwed down now. So the only thing left really is to test and make sure that it works. So right now I'm charging the remote, and we're gonna see if it works here in a second. But it deploys good. Everything's pretty smooth. It doesn't hit the boat or anything. It's out from the bow of the boat here by quite a bit. But I'm gonna go grab that remote and we'll test it and see if it works. Okay, so we finally got this thing all screwed down. I just hooked it up to a battery on the ground right now, just to test it and make sure that everything's working properly. So we'll see how it goes. So you press that to deploy it. All right, locks in. One thing with this remote, so in order to sync them, you turn on the remote, you'll get a blue light kind of flashing at the top of it up here, and once you have that, you actually have to sync the motor with the remote. So what you have to do is hold down, it looks like a search icon on the motor and on your remote at the same time for about 3 seconds, and it'll beep 3 times. So let's see. So once you hear that, you know that they're synced together good, and then we can check and see if it's running. So I'm going to turn the prop on. One thing, you press the middle button and that turns the prop on, but you actually have to press the speed button in order to actually get it to go, because you can press the slow button and the prop will stop. So hit the button to speed it up, make sure your prop button is on, and it looks like it's running good. And I'll just turn it a little bit here. So that looks like it's turning, so it's all operational. And I'll turn the prop off. That looks good. Hitting the power button, it turns on. If I hit the turtle button, it actually slows down to the point that it'll stop. So that was something that I was finding out, was that I was hitting that power button just like that. You know, I'm hitting the power button for the prop to turn on, and I'm like, man, it's not turning on, it's not working. But in reality, you actually have to hit the speed up button on the remote. So hit the prop button in the middle to actually make the prop go, and then you turn it up with the little rabbit icon, turn it down with the turtle, and then it looks like we will, you know, we can turn it as much as we need. That is awesome. It's working good. All right, shut that off. Looks good to me. Just to kind of look at the remote here, there's that main power icon that makes the prop go. Oops, I got it upside down. Power icon to make the prop go on and off for the whole system, or for the remote. Yeah, once you power that on, trolling motor is going to start spinning. You can change your speed with those two buttons. But otherwise, that's about it. In the next video that I'm going to do, we'll actually be testing this trolling motor. So that'll be the real good video to watch. All right.